The clanging of iron echoed like thunder across the gym floor, deep, rhythmic, unforgiving. Most would have turned back at the door, overwhelmed by the sheer intensity pulsing through the walls. But for Ronnie Coleman, this was home. Not just a gym, not just a place of work. It was where pain met purpose, where every rep wrote a line in a story only few would ever understand. Long before the world knew his name, Buddy, became a battle cry for bodybuilders everywhere. Ronnie was just a quiet, soft-spoken boy from Bastrop, Louisiana. Raised in a modest home, he learned early what it meant to work hard. His mother, a woman of iron will, raised her children with firm hands and unwavering love. She didn't have much to give, but taught Ronnie something far greater than material wealth. She taught him discipline, respect, and how to never give up, no matter how steep the climb. Ronnie wasn't born a giant. He didn't grow up dreaming of 8 Mr. Olympia titles. He was good at football. Really good. Strong, fast, focused. He made it to Grambling State University and earned a degree in accounting. It was all going somewhere until it didn't. After college, jobs didn't come. The degree on the wall couldn't pay rent or fill his stomach. That's when the struggle began, not just to survive, but to find his place in the world. He took a job delivering pizzas just to get by. It was honest work, but Ronnie felt the weight of disappointment pressing down on him with every delivery. Still, he never complained. His smile remained intact, his spirit unshaken. Then, almost by accident, life cracked open a door. He applied to be a police officer in Arlington, Texas, and got the job. He wore the badge with pride. But he still hadn't found his calling until one fateful day at Metroflex Gym. The gym was a dungeon of iron. No air conditioning. No excuses, just sweat, noise, and heart. It was owned by Brian Dobson, a local bodybuilder who immediately saw something rare in Ronnie. He asked him to compete in a bodybuilding show. Ronnie laughed at first. He didn't know a thing about posing or tanning or diets, but Brian made him an offer he couldn't refuse, a free gym membership if he competed. Free gym? That was all Ronnie needed. He trained relentlessly, absorbing everything like a sponge. It didn't take long before his body responded in a way that stunned even seasoned lifters. His frame thickened, his muscles blossomed, and his potential exploded. But it wasn't just genetics. It was the unrelenting work ethic that made the difference. Ronnie trained harder than anyone. While others stopped at failure, he pushed past it. Again and again, but greatness doesn't come without pain. As his career soared, show after show, title after title, his body began to pay the price. Surgeries stacked up. His spine, knees, and hips all began to give in to the years of brutal weightlifting. He trained through pain that would break most men. At his peak, he deadlifted 800 pounds for 2 reps, not for competition, just because he could. He wasn't chasing records. He was chasing his own standard. And yet, in the quiet moments, long after the applause faded and the crowds went home, Ronnie faced battles no audience ever saw. There were nights when he couldn't walk to the bathroom without crying out in pain. Days when he needed crutches just to get around. But still, he never once said he regretted a single rep. "I do it all over again," he'd say. "I ain't nothing but a peanut." Behind the superhuman physique was a humble man, deeply spiritual, grateful for everything life gave him. Even the pain. He never complained about the cards he was dealt. He turned them into a winning hand, and as his mobility dwindled, his light never dimmed. He inspired millions, not just with his muscles, but with his spirit. Ronnie Coleman taught us something the weights never could. That greatness isn't just about being strong. It's about being unbreakable. Not in body, but in soul. He gave the world more than trophies. He gave it an example of resilience, of humility, of fighting for something bigger than yourself. He once said, "Everybody wants to be a bodybuilder, but don't nobody want to lift no heavy ass weight." It was funny, iconic. But beneath it was truth. Everyone wants the result, but few are willing to endure the process. Ronnie endured, and in doing so, he became more than Mr. Olympia. He became a legend.